Don, what inspired you to write a book about Joe Beeler?
He's one of my best friends in the world, and coincidentally, we met 35 years ago, probably next month, here on Persimmon Hill at the Cowboy Hall of Fame at that time. Joe was a member of the brand new Western art group called the Cowboy Artists of America, and I'd just gone to work here as the editor of a new publication at that time called Persimmon Hill. And Joe and I had corresponded before because I had seen his work and appreciated it, but I was from Texas and he was living in Arizona at that time. But we met here probably June of 1970, and our friendship has spanned all that time, and our careers to some extent have paralleled each other. And once I went out as a freelance writer, this isn't the first project we've actually been on, but it's kind of the culminating project of our relationship, and that's sort of it.
Well, it's sort of a biography of
it kind of is. It biography.
It doesn't quite cover it.
Well,
does it?
you know, biography has a formal nuance to it, a scholarly thing, which I don't fit, and which the book doesn't fit either. It seems like most of the contemporary Western art books, anyway, are designed as promotional vehicles.
Right.
I do books, have done books on other Western artists for Greenwich Workshop, for instance, and those are marketing devices, you know, for the artist and those sort of things. This book, all the principles involved in this book, I mean, it's really the trite cliche labor of love kind of thing. The man who bankrolled it, Ray Duncan, is a longtime collector of Joe's who loves Joe. I, as Joe's friend, you know, it's not just the fact that I write art books. I mean, this is the art book I wanted to write. So it's an informal biography, I think, if anything, but it's not academic. It's more about an appreciation of Joe than it is just the facts and dates and incidents of his career.
Right.
Yeah.
Plus a tremendous look at what he has accomplished over the years as an artist.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Now, did he choose the art that was to appear in this book, or was this something that several people sat down and said, oh, we've got to have this piece, and we really need that one?
I think he certainly had a major role on it. He and Sharon, his wife, died last year before the book actually was released, and they certainly were involved in it, but together with an absolute design genius, Carol Harrelson.
Oh, yes.
Who designed and did this book. And Carol's hand, Joe and I joke about this book and the attention that it has received, because we've done things in the past. Joe paints and sculpts about like he did 35 years ago. I write about like I did 35 years ago. The difference was Carol Harrelson and her genius in putting this thing together. So I think the joint effort of Carol guiding Joe and Sharon back through their files and picking things out accounts for what illustrations there are.
Mm-hmm. Now, this, you said it was an informal look. It's really kind of a friend saying, let me tell you a little bit about my really good friend.
It is.
So I feel a little odd asking, what kind of research did you do?
Oh, I'd like to joke that I just, you know, usually make things up, you know, and it'll sound better than it would have if I'd stuck to the facts. But not with Joe. I mean, Joe's like I am, you know, grew up a poor kid in the country, and so I knew that same kind of thing that his boyhood was like, and all you got to do is pin it down to some specific areas and some times and dates, and so really the research as it relates to Joe specifically is just from my friendship. I really didn't have to ask him that much. I just sort of already knew it. If you know somebody really close, not casually, but really close for 35 years, you know, you pretty well know. I did get a few county histories and things like that for, you know, the Joplin area and over, you know, Bartlesville and that country back over there to just get a sense of the area. Right. And what history had occurred there before. I think that all of us are products of where we spring from.
Right.
Not just in terms of genetics, but in terms of geography and culture. And so I wanted to sense that. And I did look into some local histories of.
Well, there's that very nice, the beginning of the book is you start out really with his family coming here from back east after the Civil War, the Cherokee, great-grandmother, great-great-grandmother, and so on. So I think you did a very nice job of setting the picture.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
For Joe to arrive.
Well, because none of us are, here and what we are, without whatever that genetic predisposition is, know, and I think that's true. And Joe sure had a neat one. Cowboys and Indians were, not just his fascination, but his legitimate heritage.
Well, this I think is a really great book for anybody who is interested in cowboy art, which, as you point out in this book, Joe has been very instrumental in making it as popular as it is.
I think as one of the 4 founders of the Cowboy Artists of America, Joe was the first contemporary artist, the first living artist to actually have an exhibition at the Cowboy Hall of Fame when it opened. And then, as one of the 4 founders of the Cowboy Artists, a year later, they had their first group show here. The timing was perfect. This brand new institution and this brand new art organization, I mean, they were made for each other, at least for a while.
Then sort of, paths
and
diverge.
That's exactly right.
People change.
That's exactly right. But Joe has been a prime mover. He has been in this whole contemporary art movement, which has been culturally a phenomenon.
And I think something that has surprised the art world, parts of the art world, I think are still surprised.
Much to their displeasure, because it was condescended to by legitimate, cultural critics and the art establishment, which at the time of the 60s, if you think about that, was the avant-garde. If you could tell what it was in a painting, it wasn't a good painting. That's what they said.
Well, I want to thank you very much, Don, for telling us a little bit about Joe.
Thanks, BJ. I enjoyed it entirely.
Thank you.